doing in the Far East? What are you doing in Garcia? What are you doing in the Okinawa Island? Your secret, why were your secret prisons created in Europe? Was it aimed at defending democracy and human rights? Latin America, in supporting coup d'etat governments, what are the objectives you're pursuing in Latin America? No, Mr. Obama. Today, your soft war has been undermined. Today, world people swiftly analyze the developments and learn the behind-the-scene developments and learn about the behind-the-scene developments. The people of the region know that you are in fact performing a play on the pretext of fighting terrorism, and on the basis of such a pretext you have made our region insecure, and in fact you kill the people in their national ceremonies, in their weddings and mourning ceremonies. This is not something to be justified, Mr. Obama. And today you are playing a game, and this was launched by Bush 8 years ago with the basis of the same scenario. Your fate will not be different of that of Bush. On that day, in fact, Bush made use of bunker busters in order to attack Afghanistan, and today you are making use of nuclear weapons as a threat. What is the path pursued by the United States? Don't you think that the world people have realized your behind-the-scene objectives? There was another objective pursued by the Americans at the Washington meeting, and that objective was to influence the meeting that's going to be held in New York at the UN premises in mid-spring. 40 years after the adoption of the NPT, that is a nuclear non-proliferation treaty, the world people have come to the conclusion, the global community has come to the conclusion that this treaty must be reviewed. Now, which part of the treaty has not been paid attention to? That is Article 6. Article 6 of the NPT, which stipulates that there should be the disarmament of all countries possessing nuclear weapons in the world. And if countries in 1970 have signed and adopted the NPT, at that time it was hoped that those countries possessing nuclear weapons be disarmed, and only in case of a disarmament the global community will remain secure from the nuclear threats. And in such a case one can claim that the global community has become safe and secure. The aim of the Americans is to make use of a pretext such as nuclear terrorism in order to, actually similar to the 9/11 events, take advantage of the pretext and in fact warn the participants at the NPT conference to just overlook this issue and prevent the nuclear disarmament issue from being seriously put on the agenda of the United Nations. This is the main aim pursued by the Americans at the Washington summit. In fact, this is like a chess play at the international level, and they have made their move, and now it's time for the other logic, the other party. And in fact, since 5 years ago, that is 2005, at a meeting attended by the Iranian delegation at the General Assembly, UN General Assembly meeting, and Dr. Ahmadinejad, it was announced by Mr. Ahmadinejad, the courageous Iranian president, and it was a clear proposal for creating a world free from nuclear weapons. That was mentioned in His Excellency's speech, and since that year, the Iranian envoy in New York has every year proposed a resolution, and the resolution has been adopted. And almost we had many countries cooperating with us at the UN General Assembly. This move, which is actually a process, has today turned into a precise decision by holding the non-proliferation conference in Tehran. The conference will start tomorrow in Tehran, and tomorrow the whole world will witness the holding of the Tehran conference. It was initially decided to hold the conference at the experts level, but since it was widely welcomed, and there will be official ministerial, there will be official delegations from 35 world countries participating at the conference, either at the ministerial level and also at the other levels. And in fact, the Tehran conference is a manifestation of the logic of the Iranian Muslim people of Iran, and in fact will put on display the second part of our motto. The first part of the motto was nuclear energy for all, nuclear, and the second part is nuclear weapons for none. Mr. Obama, at the Washington meeting, you were looking for ways to protect nuclear weapons, and the Tehran conference speaks of the necessity for nuclear disarmament. These are two logics, and today these logics are facing one another today in a quite transparent manner. And we believe when these two logics face one another, the global public opinion will easily make a judgment, Mr. Obama, based on Article 6 of NPT. Countries that do not possess nuclear weapons, on the condition that countries possessing nuclear weapons destroy their arms and nuclear arsenals, then the other countries have acknowledged that they are not going to pursue nuclear weapons. Those possessing nuclear weapons, based on Article 4, have undertaken to cooperate with NPT member states in a peaceful manner. Countries that lack nuclear weapons, such as the Islamic Republic of Iran, are continuing, they have put under supervision, IAEA supervision, nuclear activities and have fulfilled its commitments. But countries that possess nuclear weapons have just overlooked their international commitments on various pretexts, and they have acted in an obstructionist manner for other independent countries. Some of them have not destroyed the nuclear weapons, weapons, and on the other hand, they have even developed and expanded their nuclear arsenals. If they have destroyed a number of their bombs, at the same time, they have created more destructive bombs, and in this way, they have replaced the previous ones. They have not prevented proliferation of nuclear weapons, and at the same time, they have equipped a regime that is a source of corruption and aggression, and they have helped that regime in order to acquire nuclear weapons. They have not cooperated for peaceful nuclear energy. At the same time, they have created export controlling regimes and put political and commercial pressures and have obstructed NPT member states from acquiring peaceful nuclear know-how. They have acted in an ambiguous manner, and you see the very same supervisory and controlling mechanisms that have been created by them has been considered obligatory.